Hey friends, Amanda here, Bare Bones Living. Welcome back to my kitchen. Are you guys anything like me and put off the absolute easiest tasks? One thing that you will learn about me is that I am a terrible procrastinator, and I am even worse of a procrastinator when it comes to the easiest tasks. So I'm like, oh, that'll just take me a minute, I can do that later. And then later becomes weeks later. So that's where we're at today. It has been weeks since I have preserved my eggs, and they're building up and getting older, and I just need to get them preserved. So I decided I would show you guys how I do it. So first of all, you want to get clean eggs. And when I say clean eggs, I mean an egg that is free from debris, which can be hard in the spring, but free from debris, but still has the bloom on it. So I did not wash these eggs. They sit on my counter. They're not washed. I just go out frequently and collect eggs, so that if we have a wet day, they're not tracking mud all over them. So that's one thing that you need. And then you need a clean container. This is a gallon jug that I washed. You need filtered water if you're on city water. So I'm using filtered water. And then I have pickling lime. And you guys saw me measuring it out, and the ratio of water to pickling lime is 1 ounce of pickling lime per quart of water. So I'm going to start with 2 quarts of water in here, and so I have 2 ounces of weighted pickling lime here. And like I said, I already preserved some, and I fit 36 eggs in my last gallon jar, and it used 2 1/4 quart to fully top off the eggs, because you want them submerged in water or in the solution. So this is the other half, because I made up an extra half quart. So I'm going to start with this one that was already mixed up, and then I'm going to use this quart mason jar to pour in my water, to measure out my water. So here's quart number 1. And quart number 2. And then I'm just going to take my 2 ounces of pickling lime and just dump it right in there. And then I'm going to want to whisk it together and really dissolve that pickling lime as much as I can. Now when I made the last one thing that I did note is even after I mixed this up, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. It looks all incorporated. It looks all dissolved. It's still, the pickling solution kind of settles out of the water and rests on your eggs, and then will kind of collect at the bottom of this jug. And I think that's okay. think it just separates. I don't know. I'm still new to this. If I'm totally wrong, let me know in the comments. I really hope not, because I have 36 eggs downstairs in this solution that has basically settled. It looked kind of cool though. It looked like a snow globe. And so I've mixed that all up, and I'm going to say that that's good. So I know that the 18 eggs that are in here are clean eggs. I already went through them. So then the other thing that you have to do is you want to take the egg and store it tip side down. And that's to let the air bubble come to the wide part of the egg and settle that way. Now, I had a really hard time doing that for my bottom row on my last gallon jug. I don't know if it's going to make or break it, but that's what I hear. So you can't really do it until you have multiple eggs in there, because they just kind of fall over. But I'm going to try my hardest to get tip side down. Try being the key word there. That and this liquid is now opaque. So you got to do it all kind of by feel. But that is literally the extent of water glassing your eggs. So you're going to want to have your eggs completely submerged, like I said. So I only filled this halfway, and then I added more solution on top of it. Just like in canning, you want everything under the liquid line. And then keep these in a cool, dark place like you would keep any other preserved food. And then what I did is I wrote the number of eggs that were in there on like a piece of painter's tape, and put it across the top, and the date that I pickled them, so that I can go through and use the oldest ones first. So then I'm just going to go through this little carousel here that I have to find my clean eggs here. And then you can keep these eggs, they say, up to like 8 months. I really hope that I don't think I'll be waiting that long. I think we're probably going to use these over the winter. And I plan on using these for when we move, because I know that the chickens are going to get really stressed out with moving, and they'll probably stop laying. So I can use these pickled eggs at that point. But I have not tried eating, and these aren't pickled eggs. I misspoke. I'm just using pickling lime to preserve them. But what this does is just keeps them at this state that they're in right now. So when I take this out, I would say this was 8 months from now. I would take this egg out, I would rinse it off, and then I would crack it into a bowl like I always would. One, to test and make sure that, you know, do the sniff test or whatever, make sure it's good. And then you can use it in baking, or you can use it as scrambled eggs. You cannot hard boil an egg after it's been water glassed, I believe. And I also believe that you cannot like fry, do like a over easy, over medium kind of egg after it's been water glassed. I don't think that they hold their consistency, or I don't know exactly. That's just what I have heard, that you can just use it as scrambled eggs or bake with it. But this has been weighing on me for quite some time. I mean, I only have 6 chickens. And they're older. They don't lay every day. And I lost count. I didn't even count. I'm going to have to go back and watch this footage, I guess, because I most definitely did not count. I was too busy talking. And I'm totally not putting them tip down, like I said I would, because I'm talking and not really paying attention. So we'll see how that all turns out. I'm just happy to be getting them into the pickling, or the lime solution. And I love these carousel things, but they make me so nervous when they all just come like cascading down. I feel like they're gonna come crashing into the next one and breaking. I think I'm almost to the end, because the ones I got today were not good to put in here. They were all dirty. So these last ones I know are not going to be good to put in here. And we have reached the end. All right. So I could still fit probably 2 or 3 more eggs in here. And I'm going to. This is not one of those things that you have to start and complete all in one setting. So I'm going to come back, and when I'm going to keep this on my counter, hidden under my cabinets here. And when I have 2 or 3 clean eggs again, I will put those in here, and then this one will be complete. But see here, you can see this separation here. That's what I was referring to. And you can see that these are not tipped down. But that's all I have to put in here for now. And when I have the next 2 or 3, this one will be completed. But that, I'm so glad I did that, and I don't have all those eggs falling all over my kitchen counter anymore. So I hope you guys found that helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.